Now we can fix up R8 RX. So first up, we got large decorative building. This is by Raider, 14.1 megabyte on the download, and the name in itself, large. Yes, it is. Right, fair enough. Now, it's going to cost you 72 grand to place down. You're going to find it in decoration and others because it is a decoration, as the name would suggest. Large decorative building. It's not much of a mystery on what it is, but. That being said, I mean, if you're going down the role play scenario, got this car park underneath, building out a little bit of a town on your map. I mean, if you're going to go for like one of the maps, where you really got to forge your own path, that sort of thing, clear some trees out, put this down. I mean, you could put, we've got production chain triggers that you could put down inside there. That would work as well. So definitely one for the role play. All the lights, they do come on at night automatically, so you haven't got to worry about that. I mean, it's nicely detailed. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's going to take up a lot of space, but you could definitely fit that into something you got going on. Next up is Wind Turbine. This is by owner Emery, 1.07 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find them, as you can imagine, under generators. Now, we have got two different versions here. So we've got the first one just there, going to cost you 7.5 grand, and the second one, which is also going to cost you 7.5 grand. And they both look the same, but they are very different. So the first one we got here is going to give you 984 per month. So if you're playing 1 day months, that's going to give you 984 a day. And obviously if you're playing 2 day months, you've got to divide it by 2, and then 3 day months divided by 3, etc, etc. The second one, mind you, is going to give you 24 grand a month. I mean, that's going to pay for itself in no time. I mean, go for that one. I mean, they both look the same. I mean, they're not making much of a noise, which is great. I mean, obviously, your 7.5 grand is not a lot. Let's face it, it's not a lot to be putting in. And especially if you go for the 24 grand a month one, you're going to be quids in. Next up is Big Machine Haul. This is by Xblocks, 9.06 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it, as you can imagine, under sheds. Now, it's going to start off at 120 grand, but you do have the option to put some solar panels on the roof if you see fit. So that's what I've done here. No problem. That's your only option on customization. Now, as the name would suggest, Big Machine Haul. Once you open the doors, yeah, there's plenty of space. You are not going to be short on space on getting stuff in there. I mean, the doors are fairly decent as well. So you're not going to be, if you've got a wide vehicle, you shouldn't have a problem with that. I mean, inside though, I mean, it's looking really nice. I like the beamwork. Feels like, well, they like the Swedish sauna style. Fair enough. I mean, if you want to bring your potatoes down, I mean, you've got your concrete walls there. So it would be like one of those types of buildings. You could just put some stuff on the ground. So yeah, bring your potatoes over to a Swedish sauna. Why not? Right, next up is the Pto Power Washer. This is by Kelly Modding, 1.39 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under miscellaneous. Now, this is a interesting one because it can amount to 3 points on your tractor, so whether on the front or on the back. Then obviously you got a ready to go jet wash. It's there on the front of the back of your tractor whenever you need it, which is great. It's only going to cost you 900. It requires 20 horsepower from your tractor. Let's face it, every tractor's got that horsepower, more or less, so you're good to go on that one. You do have the option of hose length, so you got a 10 meter 32 foot or a 15 meter 50 foot. Put my teeth in. You then got your main colour, which is going to be the main frame. Now, obviously, the whole thing with this is, yeah, you've been out in the field, your tractor's filthy, and you could be miles away from your farm, that sort of thing. So we'll unfold the plough, we'll then go and get the old lance from the front of the vehicle, and then we'll just wash off the vehicle, wherever we are. Fair enough. And obviously, if you've got the long one, you could wash off, well, anything. I mean, like, was it the 50 foot one? I mean, you could have it like a semi-trailer, you could just pull up by the side of it, jet wash it down, and away you go. So that's ace. That really is ace. I mean, it's like a mobile jet wash, ready to go, and we're all cleaned off. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is the Lizard Agri 13. This is by KRKZ Modding, 2.6 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under subsoilers. Now, This has got a 230 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 5.5 meter working width, and a 7 mile an hour working speed, and a 20 grand price tag. The only option is going to be your main colour, and that can be anything on that pallet. All right, fair enough. Obviously, subsoiler is going to do your ploughing for you. So whether you call it a plough or subsoiler, that's entirely up to you. But that's great. And next up is the Forigo Roteritalia Power Harrows pack. Man, that took me about 4 goes at pronouncing that. This is by DD Mod Passion, 49.18 megabyte on the download, and I'm going to find it under Power Harrows. Now, this has got a 40 horsepower requirement for me tractor, 1.3 meter working width, and an 8 mile an hour working speed. So definitely for your small farming shenanigans. I mean, it's got 5,295 price tag if you don't have the optional extras. So let's go for your standard one. There we are. So your cage roller is your standard. Then got your options and upgrades. So you can have a seeding box on top. So that's going to give you 120 litre capacity. A front attachment adapter. So I've got a bit of a PTO pass through. That's all right. Or nothing. Now, if you go for the old seeder box, you do get an extra option. So we'll carry on with that one. So we've got the rear levelling rollers. We've got high. We've got low. And then back to high. Then got top point attacher. So we'll go around like that. There we go. So we've got high, medium, or low on there. Rear leveling rollers. We've got your cage roller. You then got a mesh roller, a spiked roller, and then a shredder roller. Then back to a packer roller, and then back to your cage one. Your APV control box. You got yes or no. It's going to be putting that bit there. The old, well, let's face it, it's the controls for the old seeding unit. All right, no problem. Attacher types. You got power takeoff yellow, power takeoff black, and then back to your yellow version. Then got position APV control box in the cabin. So we've got for the Deutz Fahr, we've got for the Massey Ferguson, we've got for the Massey Ferguson 7S, the Voucher A series, the Voucher N series, Q series, T series, and then back to nothing. You then got your PS. So you've got 120 M1, then got 200 M1, 300 M1, 500, and then nothing. So this is going to be your capacity on your seed box. So 120 is going to be the 120 litre. And then obviously as the numbers go up, that's going to be your literage all the way up to 500. So that's going to be your maximum. Now, you may be thinking, I said Harrows pack at the beginning of this. And you're right. There's quite a few. Well, we've got 2, 4, 6, 7. 7 in total. Now, they're all the same, more or less. The seeding capacity is going to be the same. They're all going to do your grass, your oilseed radish, and your canola. The only difference is going to be the working width and the horsepower requirement. So that's the first one that we looked at first off. We then got this one, which is going to have a 1.5 meter working width with a 50 horsepower requirement, a 1.8 meter with a 60 horsepower requirement, a 2 meter with an 80 horsepower requirement, and then 2.3 with a 90. And then we've got a 2.5 with 100, and then the biggest one, 3 meter with 110 horsepower requirement. Now, all of these, don't get me wrong, they are for your small farm shenanigans. But then again, why can't small farm shenanigans have nice stuff? And these are great. Right, next up is the Göweil Bale trailer. This is by LVT Modding, 11.12 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Bale Transport. Now, this is going to do your 125 to 180 centimeter round bales, and then 180 to 240 centimeter square bales, and it is an auto loader. Sort of. We'll come back to that in a minute. That's going to cost you 12 grand to buy. You do have the option of Trelleborg, BKT, or Trelleborg on the tyres. Your auto load, yes or no. Design is going to be putting the old square bale ends like that. Number one. Number two is going to be putting some side panels on. Just give it a little bit more extra security as you're going down the road. Then you've got your round bale version and then the old side pieces on there as well. Now, what I mean by auto load-ish, right? If you do L, B, and X, put it in operating position, puts them in there, no problem. And then so we'll just go and get the other bales as well whilst we're down here. Now there is a note on the website that it will only unload the bales to the trailer. Right, so what? Oh, is it? They are not going to slow down. It's not going to slow down at all. Now, obviously, you unload it onto the trailer. That's great if you've got liftable bales. You can just handball them off. If not, you just come with a forklift truck. Okay, so fair enough. L, B, and Y. Unload bales. Yeah, okay, they're not unloaded, so unload bales. So we'll do L, B, and Y again. unload here, puts them onto the trailer. Obviously we can go and handball them off because I've got the liftable bales on, so yeah, great, no problem, we can go take them off. Can we just sell them? Let's give it a go. Yes, we can. Oh, fair enough. That's not bad. I mean, I suppose it might be a little bit of an issue. If you wanted to put them into your shed, you are going to have to get a forklift truck or, you know, bale spike on it or whatever. But if you take him to a sale point, yeah, no problem. Next up is the McCormack Cotton Trailer Pack. This is by Hispano, 20.05 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under Cotton Transport. Now, we've got the Cotton Tag Trailer 3000, 3 bale capacity, of the obviously 238 centimeters. Going to do the round bales. So if you've got the, what is it, the massive, no, the Case IH. If you've got the Case IH cotton harvester, yeah, maybe you might want to go and swap it out for the John Deere, because obviously this is going to be doing your round cotton bales. It's going to cost you 89 grand to buy. You do have the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Raderstein, Mitas, Nokian, Continental, and back to Trelleborg on the old tyres. You then got different versions. You've got some wides on the go. That is all right. I am liking those wides. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Side lights. So you've got yes or no. It's going to be putting some little chicken lights down the side. Beacon lights, so we can have number 1. It's going to be putting on that, on that arm bit there, just there. Okay, fair enough. So number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Oh, here we go. How many have we got? 10, 11. 11 different types of beacons. Really? All right, fair enough. Now, hitch configuration. So we've got a tractor, we've got a truck, so a semi-truck. You then got a gooseneck version, then a tractor version again. You got your color option, which can be, well, if you haven't got the unlimited color mod on, you know, it can be any one of those. So your design color, we're going to go for blue. It's going to do the bout bit. Put my teeth in, and then your rim color is obviously going to be your rims. All right, fair enough. So if you're doing some cotton baling, this should sort you out nicely. But if you're thinking, hold on a minute, that's great. 3 bales at once, no problem. But I've got 5 bales. Wow, they've got you covered. Because they've got the same sort of thing, but in a 5 bale configuration. Now, there is a note on the website that if you are doing more than 3 bales, once it unloads the 3rd bale, you might want to drive forward a little bit just to give it a little bit of a helping hand on getting the last 2 bales out. But all right, no problem. Next up is the Duport PTW 12500. This is by Dutch Modding Inc. 12.49 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under slurry tankers. Now, as the name would suggest, it's got a 12,400 litre capacity, requires 120 horsepower from your tractor, 10 mile an hour working speed, and a 55 grand price tag. You may be thinking, if it's a slurry tanker, got no working width. Yeah, you're going to need some sort of spreading implement on the back, whether you go for a boom hose or a dribble bar or a gooseneck sort of thing. No, is it a gooseneck or a swan neck? Swan neck sprayer. We'll go with that anyway. Hook one of those up at the back. Job's a good one. You then got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Mitas, BKT, and then back to Trelleborg again. We've got some wides on there. All right, fair enough. Filling out the arches nicely. And then the only other option is going to be a colour choice between blue and grey. Again, if you haven't got the unlimited colour mod on. Well, that being said, I quite like the blue on that. That's all right. And next up is the IMAK GE 12270. This is by IMAK and ML Studio. 1.45 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under levelers. So this is going to be for spreading out a bit of chaffage in your bonkers silo. 2.8 meter working width and a £1,500 price tag. Obviously hooks up to the 3-point on your tractor on the front or the back. No problem. Just to spread your stuff out a little bit better than what I'd normally dump it into a bunker silo anyway. All right, no worries. And next up is the IMAK CF10000. This is by IMAK and ML Studio. 14.42 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under trailers. Now, as the name would suggest, it's got a 10,000 litre capacity, requires 75 horsepower from your tractor. We'll come back to that in a minute, and a 13.5 grand price tag. Now, it's saying there, configuration forage wagon. If you back out a little, it's going to take pretty much every loose thing in the game. So it's not just forage. Right, fair enough. Now, that horsepower requirement, that's because the second option on configuration is to have a grain unloading pipe to turn it into an auger wagon. All right, fair enough indeed. You then got your Trelleborg, BKT, and then Trelleborg options for your tyres. You've got standard and standard 2s on there. Right. I mean, a little auger wagon, 10,000 litres. I mean, if you haven't got a big operation on the go, a big farm, a bit of small farm shenanigans, yeah, this should fit in nicely. Right, next up is the John Deere 8R pack. This is by Just Farming, 56.35 megabyte on the download. And it's interesting. Interesting. We'll come back to that in a minute. Now, basically, these are the base game tractors, apart from the middle one. I mean, the two end ones are the base game tractors with the option to have fenders on. Yeah, so we've got that one. There we are. So you can have some mud guards, fenders, whatever you want to call it. Apart from that, they are the standard base game tractor. In the shop menu, that is. Now, we have got this one, the old 8R series. So we've got smaller engines on this one. So 290, then goes to 342, and 394, 450, and then back to 290. So that's basically the new version. We're going to call it a new version anyway. Now, once you get them out into the field, this is where they're a little bit different than the standard base game ones, because there is 4 different control groups. All right, so we've got your doors and steering wheel, we've got your seat armrests, passenger seat terminal, hood and mirrors. So your door and steering wheel, so we'll start it up. I mean, to be fair, looking good from the start, not a problem. LB and right stick up and down is going to be doing the door. LB and right stick left and right is going to be doing the back window. LB and RB together and right stick left and right is going to be doing, actually we'll go inside, there we are. It's going to be doing the steering wheel in and out. LB and right stick up and down. It's going to be doing the steering wheel up and down like that. RB and right stick up and down is going to be doing even further. Now, what I say is interesting about this is the arm. The arm's a little bit interesting, especially if you start jiggery pokery around with the steering wheel. My character's got a little bit of a problem there, so we'll just move it down to a more manageable situation. Right, fair enough. So we're going to the second one. So seat and armrests. So back inside. So LB and right stick up and down. It's going to be the seat backwards and forwards. LB and right stick left and right. Spins the old seat around, which is all right. LB and right stick left and right is going to move that terminal monitor. LB and RB together and right stick up and down. It's going to be moving the whole armrest. Then RB and right stick up and down is moving the whole seat back. To be fair, not just the whole seat, the seat back itself. Then come to passenger seat and terminal, so back in again we go. So LB and right stick up and down, moving the seat out the way. That is all right. LB and RB together and right stick is going to be moving, well, left and right, it's going to be moving the terminal that way. Then up and down, it's going to be moving the terminal up and down. And then we'll go to the last one, which to be fair, is the best one. In my opinion, LB and right stick left and right is going to be doing your left mirror. RB and right stick is going to be doing the right mirror. And then, spin it round here, LB and RB together and right stick up and down. Here we go. Oh, this is what I like. I mean, I love it when modders do this. Just brings in the whole immersiveness. Take it into the garage, fix it up. Do you tune up a modern tractor engine? I don't know. Give it a little bit of a clean out anyway. When you have that jet wash on the front 3-point there, we could just give it a little bit of a spray down as well. Check on the oil, check on the levels. Oh, awesome. And to be fair, all 3 are the same. All 3 in this pack do the same, which is brilliant. Right, next up is the Volvo BM 2650. This is by Big E, 37.29 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under small tractors. Now this gives me vibes of Silveron, because this totally reminds me of the tractor that we had with that one. But that is awesome. So 140 horsepower engine, 21 mile an hour top speed, and a 44,300 price tag. You then got your options on tyres, BKT, Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT again. Now, I've got a couple of different versions. You've got some mediums, you've got some wides. That's looking all right. Got rear twins on there as well. I like the wides. That is awesome. You then got your front weights. You got your 150 kilo, 250, 350, 450, 550, and then back to nothing. And then you got your beacon light. So we've got yes or no. Puts those on the top. All right, fair enough. Old school Volvo 2-wheel drive at that. Tractor for your farm. Very nice. And next up is the Lizard Steiger 250. This is by AAA Modding, 28.33 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under large tractors. Now, This has got a 250 horsepower engine, 15 mile an hour top speed, 26.5 grand to buy. That is wow cheap. Oh, I do like that. Then you got your wheel branch, you got your Lizard, your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, BKT, Raderstein, Mitas, and then back to Lizard again. And you got all sorts on the go. When you have got some twins in here as well, if you cycle through far enough, there we are. Then you got beacon lights, so we've got no or yes in the middle. Right, fair enough. Attaches round the back, so that's going to be number 1 or number 2. Right, fair enough. Then you got your chassis colour, which is going to be, well, our standard version anyway, is going to be any one of those. Now, this looks really good, old school. Give me Plains and Prairies vibes. I must admit, this is looking very good indeed. Like inside's looking ace. Alright, fair enough. And I'll show you what I mean, because just happen to have one of the old Ford tractors from the Plains and Prairies right here. Yeah, they look like they could be brothers. Oh, that's ace. Right, next up is the Rostselmash 1403 pack. This is by Weekend Farmers Iron Modding. 21.81 megabyte on the download. And you're going to find it under forage harvesters. I don't think I've seen a Rostselmash forage harvester before. In the game anyway. It's a new one on me. But that is awesome. 500 horsepower engine, 24 mile an hour top speed. It says it's got a 60 litre grain tank. And I'll put my teeth in. Obviously, it's just going to chuck it into a trailer out the back or out the side, however you're doing it. You do have the option, well, once you pay the 221 grand price tag, to change the engine output. So you can go from a CVT to a power shift. You can then go for a CVT again. So that's it's 2 different gearboxes. So the engine setup, it stays the same. It's just a gearbox. Shouldn't that be gearbox setup? But okay, fair enough. Then you got wheel bands. You got your Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Raderstein, and then Trelleborg again. Well, you got some usual stuff on the go. You got some wides there looking all right, I must admit. And then come down. You got designs. You got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7. Number 8. Oh, how many different designs do you want? Right, I quite like that one. That is looking all right. What we sort of like got grape color, grape on black. That is awesome. Then got big warning triangle, yes or no, puts it in the middle there, and then your rim color is going to be any one of those if you haven't got the unlimited color mod on. Although we can put the old is it grape or wine? Well, we'll go with that anyway. That is looking ace. Now, obviously, with a forage harvester, you need something to go on the front of it. So we've got this, the old pickup. So this is going to be doing, to be fair, all right, grass, straw, not a problem. I mean, you got your same options on the old design, so you match your colour up to your main vehicle. 29 grand to buy with a 3 metre working width and a 12 mile an hour working speed. If you didn't fancy a pickup header, well, they've got a standard forage harvester header as well. It requires 440 horsepower, so you're golden with this forage harvester. 6 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed, 54.5 grand plus a bit of change to buy. Again, you got your design options, which is going to be the colours to match it up with the main vehicle. Do you know what? I like that. Something a little different. Rostselmash forage harvester. And the last one for the day is the CLAAS Evion 450 pack. This is by Farmer Dodds Pavel, 38.75 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find it under harvesters. Now, you may be thinking, don't we have one of these base game? And you'd be right. I mean, basically, it's similar sort of specs. Well, exactly the same, to be fair. 258 horsepower engine, 18 mile an hour top speed, and 8,000 litre grain tank, 226.5 grand to buy. But this one sounds a lot better. Yeah, the sound file on this, awesome. So you got Continental, Raderstein, Trelleborg, Michelin, and then Continental on the tyres. I mean, you've only got your Continentals that you can change on those. You've got some wides in there, which is all right indeed. Now, what this pack does come with is some headers as well. So we've got a Vario 620, so 6.2 metre working width, 6 mile an hour working speed for 52 grand. And then also the header trailer that obviously the header goes on. Just a touch under 8 grand to buy. Fair enough. Now, let's give this one an old start up. Oh, I mean, that sounded like it had a little bit of a whine on the go there. I I mean, that sounds ace, I must admit. I mean, apart from that, and you have got one animation, which is going to be the old spout on the back. You're going to be able to tilt forwards that-wards. I mean, other than that, there is no animations on it, but from the sound perspective, that's ace. We've got a couple of updates as well. We've got the Rumbler Tow Car by Castan18, the Bailey Bale and Pallet Trailer Pack by Rossen Mods, the Multi-Crop Greenhouses by GH66 Mods, and the Swedish Road Sign Pack Placeable by FIP M123.